What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back, and today we're going to be talking about the invasion. So it's going to be the cult of the Purifiers, which happens in 25 seconds. But before I do that, there is an event going on, and I'm going to go over the event details in another video. But basically, all you need to know is that it's like the previous event where the 10% and extra XP boost, etc., with the rep and all that jazz. But I'll go more in depth on a separate video. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to benefit from the 10% extra XP. I'm going to slap on a bunch of extra gear. I do have the statue in my state, and that's specifically what I'm going into my state for. I still haven't used it yet. This will probably be the first time I use the boon. But here it is. This is the statue that you interact with. So it says XP gain for 60 minutes, and I didn't max it all the way. But I will be maxing it sometime this week. I just kind of been putting it off because I've been getting my other characters to level 5 estates. So I'm going to use this for now, and I have the buff that I cannot use for another 12 hours. So as you can see, I think it's on the right side. Let's see, is it on the right side or is it going to be on the left? Maybe if I press left. There it is, decorative PvE combat XP boost by 1. The max you can get is 3. So now I'm going to leave my estate because I have that triggered. So I have 60 minutes of extra XP. Now, this is just getting ready for the invasions, mind you. There is the right way to do it, and then there is the correct way to do it. I know that's kind of like counterproductive, but it really does mean the same different thing. So there's the right way to do it, which is you're supposed to follow the objectives, etc. And then there's the correct way, which is pretty much everybody on the server wants to agree upon, is just to kind of hold out on the objectives so everyone can collectively as a server get all the XP. So before we proceed, just in case, I'm going to pop this booster, which is PvE, and I'm also going to be doing a gold boost. If I don't have a gold boost, I might have to use it for the day. I don't want to do it for the day. I'll save that. I'd rather just have like a 1 hour. So the next thing I'm going to be putting on is my chest piece, which is going to be the body armor of the Wandering Knight, which gives me 5.1% extra XP. And my necklace, which should be the Zealous Heart necklace, or the Horde necklace, is just as fine. There's different necklaces that give you PvE combat XP with the purple runes activated with 2 minimum, another 3%, and the Lich's Ring, which gives me another 3%. So now if you do the math, that's 3, 6 plus 5.1, that's 11.1, plus what's in my estate, which is 12.1. So I have 12.1 extra buffs, plus a 10% extra boost that's in the event. So that's 22.1, plus the 50% on the combat XP. So I'm looking at 72.1% extra XP. At now most, if I add the extra 2%, it'll be what, 74, which is not too bad, considering you get, I think, 50% extra XP in Cards of Core and in Null's etc., and 10% for everywhere else. I'm not sure if it applies towards the bosses. But with that said, okay, so now that we got all of the preparation out of the way, let's go to this teleporter. So the Navarra City Southern Crossroads, all you need to know is you come down this road and you're going to see this rock. Everyone pretty much hangs around this rock, and the first boss that spawns in is actually going to be around here somewhere. The next boss is usually, you see this tree? That is a marker for the next boss. He's going to be at red. The last boss is going to be all the way back here. Keep in mind that this is the one invasion that you can die a lot in. And it's kind of frustrating how much you can die in this invasion, because the reason is not necessarily because of the boss, but it's because of the fact that the ads smack the life out of you while he has you stunned. So I have all of my markers set so you guys can kind of know, and we go from, if you're facing the teleporter, from a left to right motion. If you're not facing the teleporter, then it's a right to left motion. Again, you want to just tag the bosses, and then for this specific invasion, to kind of go in depth, it's a great place to core farm, great place for gold, um, because of the fact that there's so many ads. There's gonna be so many ads in this invasion that the cores and gold that you get and in the potions, etc., is gonna be massive. So I know everyone says if be solo when you're grinding XP, etc. And for the most part, I agree with that sentiment. But I personally feel that what's up, Make It Train? I personally feel that for this specific invasion, if you're in a massive party and if you're not going for XP, try to tag as many ads as possible, because even the ads give you a massive amount of XP. And it's gonna hurt your XP gains all throughout, but the cores that you get out of it, kind of like, in my opinion, if it lasts for about an hour, there's just a massive gain. Alright, so now this is basically the fun part, right? You pretty much gotta wait for the rest of the invasion. So for this invasion to be triggered, a lot of people don't know this yet, but you have to come all the way down to this side of the map. I believe the totem is on this side. If it's been triggered, it should be showing. Let's see. It should be right here, if I'm not mistaken. I've never seen it because it's usually always done, but for the sake of this invasion, let me see if I can teleport to the next one. Let's see if it pops up. You gotta activate the totem and then basically offer blood. Okay, there's a cattle here. Maybe it's a little farther up. That's what a friend of mine told me, that it was up here somewhere. Just a black totem, you activate it, and then boom, you're done. Then you just kill cattle, offer the blood, the sacrifice, until you meet the requirements, and then that invasion should trigger. The objectives for the, what's it called again? The cult of the Purifiers is you have to destroy tents, if I'm not mistaken. Once you destroy all the tents, you get a contribution level. So a lot of people always ask, what is a contribution level and what does it exactly mean? The contribution is based off what you do. So for example, when you kill a certain amount of ads, you have a certain contribution level. In invasions, there's a mob requirement, there's a boss requirement, and then there's also the objective requirement, which is destroying the tents. The more that you do of all three, you'll have a higher contribution level. And what people don't know is that when you have a higher contribution level and you walk away from the invasion, you get more essence. For example, that's the majority of the reason why people like to do the objectives and ignore the cries of global, of only do the bosses, etc., with growth and fire. Because do you want to walk out with 20 fire, or do you want to walk out with 100 fire? Some people see it as XP gains, and some people see it as 100,000 star seeds in that invasion specifically. So they will do all the objectives. They'll kill the bosses, they'll kill the ads, and they'll like, burn the light the torches or the braziers, and like, in some other invasions, just so they could walk out with the 100 essence. All right, help. So you could be one of two people. You could be the people that just kind of sit on a rock here and then just complain about hurrying up and get the invasion done, or you can be the part of the people that actually cause the invasion to actually start. Oh man, I received the blessing of the wrath god. That's what that does. Blessing of the fortune god. So I'm guessing I get extra gold gain. Let me see. Oh, I'm not mistaken. That's what that means. Didn't think that was gonna happen, but hey. Unfortunately, I can't make this invasion go by quicker, other than the fact that I just have to kill ads. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do in the meantime until this invasion starts. By the way, a lot of people also been asking if that exploit's going to get nerfed, and people have already talked to the devs. From what I've seen, that they sent a ticket in. talking about the Zerker exploit, and they said that they're not gonna do anything about it. So here goes the first boss. Tag him, and that's it. Get out of the way. And see, look at all these tiny little ads. All of these ads make a difference, and you just gotta be careful because this boss gives you bleed. So with all of my buffs, I get 278,000 XP. Alright, tagged them, and I'm out of the way because I do not want to be near that guy. Alright, so I'm at 87%. Let's see what I can get up to. Now let's go to the next marker. He should be here. Yeah, there he is. We've already killed 2 bosses. That's the 3rd boss. Uh-oh, that's not good. Kinda wanna multitask. Kill as many ads as possible. But I also don't want to get caught slipping. Like, look at all those ads. Alright, got my XP, and I'm out of here. Remember, facing the teleporter, it's on the far left. Get on your mount, and then head there. Alright, you gotta be careful with this guy because he can stun the majority of you. And like I said, what kills you isn't necessarily him. It's 9 times out of 10, it's the ads. Like that. See, I just got stunned. Perfect example. Alright, so now I'm free. And don't let him hit you because if he hits you with a massive bleed. That will kill you if your defense is not high. So as you can see, under the Cult of the Purifiers in the bottom right, there's a bunch of different objectives that you can or can't do. It says defeat the minions of Radiant, which is basically the mobs. You have the choice to kill basically the ads. Alright, I just got hit. And there it is again. Got my hit in, and I'm out. So as you can see, we're almost done. 300 ads, and then you're pretty much done with that objective. The next one says destroy Maddening crystals and Holtis tents. Now, this invasion can be done in a matter of minutes, or it can be extended to about, as you can see, 37 minutes to 40 minutes, I believe. That's when the invasion just started. And as a server, you can XP grind. So, who wouldn't want to grind XP? The benefits of grinding XP is massive. Good. Now here comes the ads. See, this stun lasts light years. And I'm only getting hit by 2, but can you imagine getting hit by 30 of them at once? I wouldn't last. There you go. A couple people just died. Alright, tag them and I'm out. And remember, when you're pulling the ads, always make sure and look back that you don't pull any of the bosses with you, because you got your hidden and he may or may not follow you. And it's your responsibility to make sure that you're not pulling him far away to the point where he'll reset. You're going to notice that people wait somewhat closer to the boss because they don't want the boss to reset, because nothing is more vexing than a boss just having to go all the way back. So you have to go back and re-tag that boss, because if he resets, that means you have to go hit the boss again. So look, I'm at level 40. I started off this invasion at 87%. And let's take a look at my progress so far. 89%. So far I've already gained 2%. I know that may not seem like a lot to you guys, but that's pretty big considering the fact that most people don't even get 2% in an invasion like at level 40. You got to get to, for example, if you're level 1, you'll jump to level 11, etc, etc. So that, look, there it goes. That's a perfect example of him pulling that boss way too far. This boss is gonna reset. There he is, and there's a reset. That person pulled the boss way too far, so now that means we have to refight that boss, re-tag him. And then now we have an issue here because now the rotation's messed up and now we're trying to go back and forth between bosses. So two things can happen. It can fix itself, or it just completely just is ruined. I'm pretty much just gonna play out the rest of the invasion because there's nothing more to be said other than that. Because we're pretty much done here. Like, you have all that's left, which is the crystals. So make sure, you know, just rinse and repeat. This is specifically for the purifiers. All invasions are the same concept. But each invasion has different objectives and some don't. For example, like the fire one that's inside Spheros doesn't have anything involving, you know, tents, braziers, or you know, crystals, etc., or ice. Let me just. Alright, now we gotta wait for this next one right here. There he is. He's up again. You can also be a trooper too. I mean, if you want to sit back and actually kill the boss, by all means. But just know that you can keep your distance to a point where you have enough radius to actually get the XP, because certain invasions, if you go too far, for example, like in ice, the third boss, you won't get the XP. Okay, so I'm bleeding massively, so I gotta pop a potion or else I'm dead. Bring some pots, otherwise you will die. Like, this is the invasion that you will die a lot in. You know what? I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna play out the rest of this invasion, and then you can see where I leave off at the end. There's 32 minutes left, and if I go past 20 to 25 minutes, then I'll stop, because I doubt you guys want to see me just kill bosses for the next 25 minutes. Oh wow, it's actually finishing like right now. See, we still have 31 minutes that we could have milked, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen, and that's the end of the invasion. So I started off at 87%, finished up at 90.70. Don't forget to open the box. That's another important thing, because you do get XP from opening the box. So I really finished off at 90.77, which isn't too bad. Make sure you go back, pick up whatever scraps, and you know, one thing to remember is that certain invasions you don't get the lights that show that, you know, there's drops, and my game just crashed. You don't want to do, and if you need to clear the objectives, I would say clear the ads objective and clear the bosses. That's about it. If it has one where it has stuff like don't destroy the crystals, don't destroy the don't destroy the trees, etc., because that means you can go as quickly and as carelessly as you want. And you don't have to worry about like accidentally killing ads, for example, like the fire invasion, which is in North Spheros. South Spheros. But more importantly, you're gonna walk out with a lot of XP. I know you can't really tell because I'm a level 40, But trust me, 3% at level 40 in under 10 minutes is a big deal because one, there's no ads that are higher than level 38 in the game at the moment, so you're getting pretty much jump change for XP. Uh, and I'm talking about in mere seconds and mere minutes. But that pretty much concludes today's video. I'm going to be doing a how-to on every single specific invasion. I know I didn't really show you guys the totems for this one, but I'm going to be honest, this is the one invasion I'm not entirely sure. I've just been told that's where the totem is. But I do know where the totems are for the rest of them. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a video on every single invasion, where the bosses are, how do you rotate. That way people, hopefully on the PS4 launch or in other servers or new players can actually understand what you should and shouldn't do. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe. Follow the socials, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the Guitarist Fastest too. So take it easy, guys, and hope you have a good one. Peace.